For the entire egg chasing community out there, February means one thing and one thing only, and that is the Six Nations. Trevor, that's Six Nations, not Five Nations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the 21st century. I know you might be thinking, keen readers of the blog and the website, where is Chris Ward? Rugby blogger in chief. Well, he is at home with the norovirus, let me tell you, which I think translates to modern day terms as with a cup of soup watching El Dorado. However, you've got me, Luke Tarr, doing you the rugby as well as the racing, and I've dragged Trevor Harris in here as a real rugby specialist. I'm sure Trevor later on will be finding us all the value in the top try scorer and, you know, the most kicks by each team, but stick with the basics for now. Outright market. Here at Star Sports, we've got joint favourites, 2-1 England and France. Ireland are a 4-1 shot. Wales, last year's Grand Slam champions, 9-2. And Italy, any price you like, and I suppose Scotland probably are as well. But we'll focus on the four teams at the front of the market. England, very impressive over the autumn internationals. Everyone getting far too carried away with beating a food-poisoned New Zealand by God knows how many points. They were found out by South Africa and Australia. They did beat Fiji, but they would expected to beat them. Wales, though, Wales is the team I want to talk about. This time last year, Wales should have been in a World Cup final, won the Grand Slam when they won the Six Nations. Since then, they've been comprehensively beaten in 4 autumn internationals against Fiji, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa. The managers don't really seem to care. They think it's a Tesco shift that they could share between them. Gatland nips home for a coffee in New Zealand, Howley into the file. But, I mean, right, Trevor, Wales, you're a value man. They won the Grand Slam. They look the best team in the World Cup, and they're 9-2 for this.
Yeah, completely agree. Price looks wrong and looks the only bet I can possibly see on the outright market, really. Recent performances are very poor, and on them you really couldn't fancy them, but they'll be up for this, as they always are. And overpriced for me, much too big.
Yeah, home to Ireland, home to England, 2 big games, but it's like a horse, isn't it? If it bounces back to form, they've surely got to be the value, and I think that's the only real value in there. Looking at France and England, it all comes down to February 23rd. England at home to France. I would have thought that's why they're both 2-1. Should it have been the other way around, France would have been outright favourites. And England look very much a work in progress to me. They've got some experience in the pack now and some good players, the likes of Courtney Laws, Rob Shaw, Haskell, etc. They look a solid pack. But for me, it's the backs where they haven't really sorted out their first team. There's question marks who's going to be fly half. Is it going to be Fowle? Is it going to be Flood? Who's going to be the scrum half? There's question marks there. I don't really think he knows his first 15 yet. And for that reason, I would have to be with France. The likes of Michalak, Tron Duke, Matthew Bastereau, or the battering ram as I like to call him. I think they've got the more experienced players. They're better in the autumn internationals. And my outright tip, if I had to have one bet, would have to be France, because you had to put too much trust into Wales. But for me, my main pick would be France at 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, France know where they are, don't they? They know how they play, they know what works for them. England, on the other hand, seem to be trying to play an expansive game. Not sure it suits. I can see England going to Murrayfield and trying to run the ball in the mud and, well, making hard work of winning the game they should win. France, I mean, I watched the game, I have to say. They played Australia.
You watched the game of rugby? Trevor, you're the expert. You watch all games.
Impressive when they beat Australia a few months ago. And they battered Argentina before that, and then they went and got beat by Argentina. So I think that sort of sums up why we aren't really want to play at the top of the market, because they do get beat by each other. But France know where they are, got a system that works, and they're more solid of the two for me.
Yeah, and I think Ireland do deserve a mention. Old would be the word.
Absolutely, yeah. My main punting throughout this great competition will be opposing Ireland on the handicap. I can see them winning lots of games because they just get the job done, but I can't see them being fluent or being impressive. And I think taking them on the handicap will be the way forward, especially like Italy against Scotland. I think they'll win narrowly rather than...
On that note, one piece of rugby advice I would give everyone out there: if you go through the stats, if you like trawling through the trends, etc., Italy, their record at home on the handicap is simply staggering. You want to look close at that. Get with Italy on the handicap. They are not as bad at home as everyone thinks. So that would be my main clue for the Six Nations. So, in conclusion for me, France are likely winners at 2-1. Wales, if you can trust them, a big price at 9-2. but I've saved the Bisto best till last. My main tip for anything I've seen this year in any sport, anywhere in the world: no Grand Slam. No Grand Slam winner at 4-7. 7 of the last 10 Six Nations have produced a Grand Slam winner. But for me, everyone in here is capable of beating everyone. All you've got to do is get each team to lose one of their 5 games and you're on a winner. And I'm pretty sure it should be much shorter than 4-7. So for me, only one bet. Forget the outright. Forget it all. Just keep funking for someone to get beat each week. 4-7. No Grand Slam, buying money.
Yep, tend to agree. Better than the interest in the bank, isn't it? Yeah, I can see Wales beating anybody. I can see England beating anybody, but I can see them always getting beat by each other. So has to be the call.
Well, Trevor, it appears we're absolute naturals at the rugby. We've sorted this all out. It's easy. There you go. No Grand Slam winner. Get against Ireland. Get with Italy on the handicap. Write it all down. Away you go. Enjoy the Six Nations. We're here at Star Sports for every bet you can possibly think of under the sun, from first try scorers to whatever you can possibly imagine. But the phone number is 08000 521 321. But with whatever you do end up backing, probably not what we've tapped up. Good luck.